Anyway, speaking of getting canceled, Jess will like this.
Who got canceled?
David
We were
Dobrik.
talking about David Dobrik got canceled.
Yeah, he
a
got
long time ago.
yeah, long time ago.
Why will Jess like this?
Because you like YouTube bullshit. So we're talking about it. I don't know. We
Eric is so fucking out of it. He forgets his glasses and now he's like, oh.
I will say though, the name of his documentary, he totally stole it from this thing that I did.
What's the name of the documentary?
Under the Influence.
But it's not David Dobrik's documentary. It's
Casey Neistat. I do like me some Casey Neistat.
I forgot what I was even gonna say. Yeah, so apparently, I guess they released it at South by Southwest.
They did.
And pretty much everything that we've known to be true is true, and this just confirms it. And Dobrik is not very remorseful, and
well, I do actually know the story. I have to be honest with you.
And he doesn't. Well, no, I'm saying in regards to the documentary.
What is the story?
Yeah, I know the story in regards to the documentary.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Well, David Dobrik was blaming Jeff Wittick in the documentary. And Casey Neistat called Jeff and was like, "Hey, he's doing this."
Well, but I guess for people that don't know what we're talking about, blaming Jeff Wittick for what?
Oh, David Dobrik swung him around on an excavator and basically took his eye out.
Right, but I think that's only one part of it, though. So there's that, and then there's the whole essay situation, the sexual assault on the girls at the party.
You just got us demonetized.
It's okay. We don't make money.
Yeah, demonetized. We were making shit before.
Yeah, told you I'm going to give you guys my millions and we're done. But you fucked up.
All that means is that you've been hoarding the money that you should have been paying us this whole time. This is exactly the same argument that I was making about Ellen. She could have been paying them better from the jump.
Well, what do you want? Listen, somebody's got to pay the bills.
Yeah, once every year, as I remind you that they need to be paid. Yeah.
Yeah, I do know Casey Neistat's been filming the documentary for like 3 years.
Right.
And originally, the other situation was with Dirty Dom. It's another YouTuber.
That's the sexual assault situation at the party.
Yeah.
And over the past year, I think David has apologized for both situations. I mean, the Jeff thing is currently
kind of. He doesn't really address things. The Jeff thing is happening. And
the Jeff thing he addressed last week.
I can't believe the Jeff thing is finally happening. I don't know what any of this is. Honestly, I don't I've heard the name David Dobrik before, but I can't picture it. So in
he's
my
like
head,
one of the biggest YouTubers.
In my head, I'm just picturing David Duchovny and Jeffree Star.
Okay, that's it's around the same. It's not really at all, but it's close, I guess.
I have no other comps. I don't know who these people are off the top of my head.
Anyway, all right. So Jake, quickly, there was a little YouTube video that they were trying to make with a
fucking forklift or some dumb shit.
With a forklift.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I heard that part.
Excavator.
Yeah. And one of his friends, Jeff, got fucked up during it, almost lost an eye, and still to this day has a bunch of surgeries and bills that he needs paid and yada, yada, yada. And they've gone back and forth between being friends and not being friends over the last 2 years, I think. Jess, is that sound about right?
Well, it's been like David's like, oh, I'm going to pay for your hospital bills. And then he doesn't. And then they blame each other. So it's kind of like stuff like that, where it's like David will be nice to him to shut him up.
And then Jeff will claim they're friends again, and then they'll start fighting again. And then Jeff will release all the real information because they're not friends anymore. So he's like, fuck you. I'm not trying to protect you anymore.
And he's going to sue him. But the thing is with this documentary, it says a lot about David because Casey Neistat, he's a filmmaker. Like even his YouTube videos are like total mini documentaries. They're super dope. And he was telling the story like unbiasedly, just as it happened. So he's not painting David in this light that David wants to be painted in, and he's painting the truth basically. or Casey's version of the truth, I guess, because he's the filmmaker. And David isn't friends with Casey Neistat now. Like, David is like shunning Casey Neistat because of what's in the documentary.
Dope. I like it. I dig it.
And
I want to see the documentary.
I mean,
that's why I know all this.
I don't really even want to see it because, I mean, from what I hear, it's just the worst part. Like, it's everything that we already know. And then the only additional thing is that David comes off as not as remorseful as he has over the last 2 years. Like, when he apologized for the sexual assault thing and the Jeff thing, everything in the documentary now shows that he doesn't really seem to care as much as he's showing through his channel.
I'm just a big Casey Neistat fan.
As
so
probably
I
was obvious.
It was already obvious, but apparently in this documentary, it's blatantly obvious, and that he never really gave a shit about the girl being raped or whatever the case was.
It's blatantly obvious with all these YouTubers in the first place. Like, I only want to see it because, like I said, I'm a big fan of Casey Neistat, and it's cool that he's got like a feature length thing that he's doing because his channel is all these mini documentaries. So I want to see
who's Casey. I don't know if I know that. I think
he's like the good dude who like started vlogging, because if you got to look up his stuff. His vlogs are like literally these little mini documentaries, and they're so fucking cool.
Oh yeah. He's friends with like Gary Vee and shit. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he apparently he had like short films and shit that made a shit ton of money on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, he's super talented, like as a filmmaker. Days.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was like not one of the first, but
no, his story is dope. He went to film school, and he was like, he started off as a freelancer, and he'd do like wedding videos, and he'd do like PA stuff.
Hold up. He went to film school, and now he's making a film.
Oh, yeah, hell dude. No.
Since when? That's not my career path.
Never. We would never do that.
And he's 5'9". Some guys have all the luck, Whatever.
Eric's just like, those 3 inches, baby, they could make a world of difference for me.
I wouldn't need this podcast.
I'd be 5'9".
I do want to see it, but I wasn't paying $300 for it.
For South by?
Yeah.
It was only $300 to go for one day?
It was like, it was $300 for like specific section.
A specific section?
Yes.
I'm good, bro.
It's like what Sundance did, where you can like buy it to this.
I've never been, nor do I want to be unless I have something in it.
I want to go to Sundance.
I think it would just upset me to be in.
That's fair.
To be there. Not upset me. It would just be like.
It would be deflating. That's fair.
Yeah. It would just be a lot more fun for my first time to be like either like for a friend or, something of my own. If that makes sense.
Start writing it and we'll make it.
All right.